Everyone, I am Anguirus, and welcome back to the Jasper Cat Production Show. I'm once again returning for another Godzilla Final Wars review, and as you can see, I'm going to be reviewing this guy, the Final Wars version of Anguirus. Now, this is and also, for those of you, and since you pretty much don't know, this is actually the first figure that I'm reviewing that's actually my figure. The other two figures were my brother's. So, yeah. So, I do think that, to be honest, the detail in here, to me, doesn't really seem as to be accurate to the movie. I mean, the detail looks fine, like in terms of the texture, like of course it's very scratchable, everything, like the way it looks is fine, but the color scheme, in Final Wars, I've seen it a bunch of times, and I don't exactly remember him being this very grayish blue color. Like, when you first saw Anguirus attacking the city, you saw him in this, like, brownish sort of color. Of course, that was set in a different sort of, like, weather sort of thing. So during the day when he was fighting Godzilla with, Rodan and, King Caesar, I don't exactly remember him being this type of color. Like, that's probably just me, but in terms of the detail itself, without pretty much ignoring the color, once again, it does look very nice. Most of the details are indeed there. It looks like Anguirus. As you can see, his face, right there. His face looks very good, the horns on his head, and his nose right here. The bottom looks fine, the legs look good with the spikes here. The spikes on his shell are fine, and tail does look good. It does have all like the scale-ish type of things that Anguirus would have, but in terms of the color scheme, again, it's probably just me, but I don't remember him being this color. Now, for the articulation, he actually doesn't really have all that much. I mean, his head can move, but it's like extremely stiff. Like, it takes a little while to like get it looser. Now the legs, on the other hand, are very nice. You can move them. You can move a 360, but it's kind of hard because of the spikes on his shell here. His knees can go like that. Also, I know this is for most of Anguirus figures, but his knees bented like this. Even though it doesn't really add that much to the way you can pose him, it still does look good. And once again, and also the tail does not move. It's of course a separate piece and it's glued on there. But yeah, the articulation isn't perfect, but for a Godzilla figure, it's pretty good. Now, for a comparison, for the first time on this, Daniel, can you give me the figure? This is the original Showa Anguirus. This was from, I believe, Destroy All Monsters, and as you can see, there is a very big difference. Like, for example, this one has 7 horns on his head. This one only has 6. The horn is a lot more vented here, while this one seems to be just like a nub. His mouth is closed, while this mouth is open. He has the tusks right here, while this one doesn't. The texturing on the bottom is different. His knees are vented more than his knees are a lot more vented, and it looks more balanced than unlike this figure. And the tail is much shorter on this guy than it is on this guy. And there are also spikes here while there are scales here. This one also has the This one also has the spikes here, while this one doesn't. And also, the eyes right here, his is a lot more huge white eyes, while this one is has the brown on it, and there's only a small bit of white, and they're a lot smaller. So, despite that, I do indeed like this figure. There is a, you can indeed have fun with this guy. Like, I don't know if you've seen this, but this for machinima people, he is pretty good. So overall, for out of a 5-star rating, I'm gonna give this guy a 4 out of 5. Sure, the color scheme to me isn't really that accurate, but the detail still looks very, very good. All the main details are there, the texture, the spikes, the way you would think that Anguirus would be like. It looks very, very cool, and overall, this guy's pretty good. Now, can I recommend this guy? Mostly if you're a fan of Godzilla. I mean, if you're a regular toy collector, I can't exactly recommend him. To be honest, I think you're most likely better off getting this guy. So, that's just me on the other hand. So, we are very close to being done with the Final War series. So, until next time, I'm Anguirus, and until next time, bye.